What is up,
Got
everybody?
it.
It's me, Duke Farley, back at it again here on Lost at Sea, and we are talking episode 5 of Survivor 44 and making their first debut on the podcast, the other brother, Logan. What is up, dude? How are you?
Duke, I am so good. Thank you for having me on the pod. I am literally only watching the season because I wanted to be on the podcast. I do not watch Survivor regularly, but let me tell you, I'm having a great time because I wanted to be on this podcast. So happy to be here.
And happy to have you. I'm glad that you wanting to be on the pod resulted in you watching season 44.
And what a season it has been, Duke. Wowza.
What what a season it has been. Who are you standing right now?
It's hard because I feel like because oh god, the purple tribe is Tika, right?
Yeah, I just say colors, but
Oh, okay. Because Tika is so bad, I just feel like that's all I've been seeing. We've been seeing a little bit of like the green tribe, but it's mostly been Tika because again, just god awful at everything they do. And at first, Carolyn, I was like, not about it. Get her out. I was like, that girl got some funky eyes. She got those crazy eyes. But I low key love her. She has
yeah,
grown on me and she's funny as fuck. And I mean, like, we'll touch on it later in the episode, but like, God, this episode really, I was like, all right, I think I'm a Carolyn Stan.
yes, I think definitely the past. I think Patrick had the same kind of um thoughts originally.
Yeah.
Wasn't a fan, but as the game has progressed, definitely is somebody that has been growing on a lot of people, I think.
Oh yes, yeah, fully like one of my faves now. I'm excited to see the other tribes, but I think that won't happen probably until there's a merger or someone else loses something. But it doesn't seem like that's going to happen anytime soon. With
Yeah,
the
it
rate
seems
that
like
Tika's going, so
purple is very much in the losing seat right now.
well, it's also like they eliminated like most of the people who were like somewhat good at comps. I mean, poor what was his name? Oh gosh, I have it here.
Bruce,
Bruce. I was
gone too
like
soon
10 minutes, bro. Yikes. Is that a record?
for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
But let's talk about this episode here. I thought it
Yeah.
was funny. We were kind of text chatting throughout the episode, and you mentioned Ethiopian food, probably not the best food for, a first date.
Let me tell you, dude. They said that, and I was like, I mean, again, as a proud and out gay man, that is not a thought. We don't go to Ethiopian food until we've been dating for 2 years, and you put a ring on it because we're not even going near that. First date, that is bold. Yeah, immediately I was like, these people are straight. You can tell that that is not something that they have to worry about. With my digestive issues, there's no way you're getting me near any sort of Ethiopian food on a first date because it'll run right through me. I was like, but hey, love that for them. And you know what? That adds up to what they would go on a first. Like that makes sense for them. Like the nerdy people. Like I was like, yeah,
So we're talking about Matt, obviously, and Franny.
yes.
What do you think about just like an open kind of flirting, kind of almost like a relationship on the show Survivor right now?
I think it's wholesome and I think it's fun. I don't think it's serving them any purpose in the game, really. I think it's actually causing more harm than good. But I mean, Matt's lonely, bro. Matt is lonely.
Fresh off a
He
breakup.
just fresh off the breakup. We've all been there. I get it. You break up with your ex-girlfriend and then you go on a reality TV show that's going to be seen by pretty much the entire country. I get it. We've all been there. Um, it makes you do some crazy things. And like I feel like in the first like 5, 6 days, everyone's like, you guys should not be so close because we will vote you out. And they were like, yeah, no, for sure. But also Ethiopian food and let's hug and and like breathe into each other. Okay, guys.
They don't
Do
care.
whatever you need. No, I mean, hey, I hope that first date is worth it.
Might be coming a
So
little bit sooner than you think.
right. Yeah. Hope it's worth $1 million, right? They won $1 million, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Good luck.
Well,
I hope.
taxes, but yeah,
And also,
that's
like no pressure, right? Like, because what if it doesn't work out? You're like, I low key just lost Survivor for this, so that seems like a
um
lot riding on that.
a lot riding on it, but they end up winning the challenge. And so does the Orange Tribe, right? So we see Tika go into another elimination. What did you think? I know that you were probably a little cringe in the chat. You were a little cringe at the bro fest at the reward.
Well, first of all, I want to preface this by saying, um, Danny, right before the competition starts, when they're taking back the immunity idols, he goes, "My liege," and I was like, "Oh my god, Danny! Oh my god, Danny! Please, please!" And like, I get it, like that's his whole thing. He's like the extra mile, which is cute and whatever, but I like had to. um so right, okay, so let's get to their at the Oasis, they're chowing down. It Duke, it was viscerally painful
Could
for
you
me
hear?
to watch.
Could you hear the? Yum?
I could hear the crunching, I could hear the munching, I could hear I could feel Carolyn's eyes even when I wasn't looking. Like that's how intense it was. And just this utter bro fest that was going on, and poor Carolyn. And honestly, Carolyn's so real because she was like, "Oh, y'all," she's like, "Oh, I guess I'll just leave then,"
She just straight up was like, "Yeah, I don't want to tell you guys anything because it seems like you think I'm
because
getting voted out, and you're not going to work with me either way."
and then what's his name? Brandon is like, "Yeah, well, you haven't really proven yourself because and you're not very good at comp." So I'm like, "Damn, kick her while she's down. She's lost their tribe has lost almost every immunity challenge, and then on this like retreat, you're gonna insult her like that? Damn." And when they were both like, "Yeah, people like us haven't won," and Carolyn's like, People like who? People like explain that." And they're like, big physical threats." And I was like, "Okay, guys, first of all, first of all, Brandon, weren't you the one a week ago who needed to take a little nappy poo because he was dehydrated on the first challenge?" I don't know, Brandon.
Slow your
Talking
roll.
a big game.
Slow your
Yeah,
roll.
talking a big game. Let's see it. Let's see it in action. So I mean, Danny was like, "Tell me about your tattoos." And Carolyn's sitting there with the sleeve of tattoos, like, "Anyone want to ask about bro, it was so painful. What did you think?
How,
What did you think?
how I thought, obviously, Survivor 101. Just talk to everybody that's there and say that you want to work with them. Come on,
That's the
it's a
other thing.
no-brainer.
I, I don't understand this whole like, "I'm just being real with you." Curly, lie,
Bye.
lie. Because what happens in this situation where, oh, your one tribe member dislocated his shoulder and is now gone, and they're not going to tribal, and now she knows, like, just lie, just lie.
How about the randomness of Danny and Brandon just looping Josh into this whole trio of dudes, and he's never met them. What the hell is going
It
on?
was it was perfect. It was perfect. Um, and yeah, and I mean, Josh is really interesting to me, but also Josh is like, "I've literally never met these people before, man. Like, I don't know why." And it's not even like, because it would be smart. Like, I don't know who in their right mind would do that. But Carolyn coming back, even if they hadn't said that, Caroline saying that to plant that seed would have been smart. But she's not even lying. They just randomly threw him into that mix of people.
I don't think they thought about the 3D strategy that they were going with, saying that they wanted to align with the person that Carolyn's going back to try to vote out.
And just like and then also dismissing her so much. I don't it That was crazy. That was wild. And
It'll be so
it was just
interesting to
like the
see, yeah, them kind of line up in the merge at some point.
yeah, just like the masculine bro energy. I was like, whoa. And I hope
Listen,
it doesn't
listen.
last. I'm not here
I
for
like
it.
the bros, but it's like that was even too much for me.
No, no, I want no bros. I hate it. Yuck. Get it out of my face. And poor Josh. And poor Josh being like, I don't know what to tell you. I've literally never spoken to these people before. Yeah, that was why that was unfortunate for him. But that's the thing is these is on Survivor, you can like not even think and just say someone casually, and it could destroy their whole like that would have destroyed his whole game. Had they gone to tribal, they probably would have voted him out.
Yeah.
And he's like, I didn't even talk to these people. I have no idea what they're talking about. That's crazy.
Well, let's talk about what would have happened at Travel, right? Because we see obviously Matthew has to be removed from the game because of his shoulder. Super bummed about that because I know you've watched these first couple episodes, but Matthew seemed to be one of the players that was going to be make a huge impact on the season. Now he's kind of gone just because of the shoulder injury. Um,
And that is a lesson in girl, you're doing too much. Girl, you are doing climbing that rock for
and
what?
and
About what?
Logan, they replayed that. You weren't watching it at that point, but they replayed that scene right at the beginning. Oh,
Stop. You're trying too hard. That's why you
why?
have to go in and set expect. Don't be a bum. Don't be a leech, but don't let them know everything right away. You know, I get it. It's exciting. You want to climb that mysterious rock in the middle of the ocean. I get it. Maybe hold off for a couple days. Ugh. But that is sad because it was his dream and like he was really into it. I hope that they bring him back and he
Yeah.
gets to like play a full season because that was unfortunate and he was really upset by it. But also, girl, you're doing too much.
And he leaves actually with an idol and a fake idol. So
Oh,
that's a huge.
do they have to bring that with them? Can they give it to someone or no?
So I mean, in his case, I'm not sure if he just left on the site and was unable to even make that decision, but um I'm not sure. I think that those will
Hmm.
probably that idol will probably be brought into the game later on.
Again, cool,
Yeah. But
cool.
let's talk about what the vote was looking like, right? We see Caroline is on this reward with these two dudes and doesn't get to talk too much strategy. And then Jam Jam finds himself working his way into the power position again, even though he was out on the last vote. What do you think
Work.
about Jam Jam? Do you like Jam Jam?
I do. I think Jam Jam. I feel like if I were on that island, Jam Jam would be my person to. He because he's just he can talk to anyone and he's really cute and just like very endearing. I wish he was better at competition. I feel like that would be tough because also and the other thing that we didn't talk about is watching him and Josh do that puzzle and every time it dropped, Josh doing the gay. Oh, I was like,
No, it's fine.
I feel
No, it's fine.
it's fine. It's fine. I'm not panicked. You're panicked. Um, and then later Jim Jam being like, we were really up there with them, and Josh being like, yeah, for sure. Yeah, but Jam Jam is someone I definitely would have wanted socially to be around because he
He's
just
fun.
seems like a very
He's just
he's
fun.
fun. He's a great time. So I'm not surprised that he's in the middle of this kind of trio. So I'm not, that doesn't surprise me at all.
But what did you think about Josh's lie of him creating the fake idol from the tree mail beads? They call it out, him out on it, and then it falls apart, literally.
Here. Okay.
Lot to unpack
It
there.
was so good. It was so good because Josh really thought he did the thing. He was like, I got, which I was like, that is so smart. Make them think you have an idol so they won't vote you 100%. I was like, Josh, I'm with you. But
Don't show
girl,
it. Don't show it. Don't show it.
they read right through that. And Caroline's even like, that was literally the same piece of paper he showed me 3 days ago. And I was like, oh, Josh, you didn't have two pieces of paper. Um, it was, and Oh my God. It was just so, it was very interesting. And Jam Jam right away being like, those are the beads from the tree mail. And Josh is also a terrible liar too. So he's like, no, it's not. It's literally not. I was like, girl, you gotta lie a little. We gotta come up with something faster. Cause he was like, no, it's not.
I
Oh,
wouldn't
it was
lie.
so
I wouldn't
good.
lie about that.
I wouldn't lie about that. And I'm like, Josh, yes, you would. You literally just got here. Um, or I was like, you can't go out into the forest a little bit and find like a rock or something. Like you had to get the beads from the tree mail. That's
Everybody
it was
sees.
just very yeah. So they read right through that and it was hilarious. And I was like, great, great work. It was really good. So I was really thinking that they were gonna vote out Josh. I really think they were gonna vote out Josh. And he wouldn't have had anything. And also Caroline, I was like, you are because she has an idol, but she's like, it's too early. I don't want to use that. And I was like, you are very risky, but I like that.
Do you think that you think that she would not have played it and Josh would have gotten voted out 2-1, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking was going to happen.
hmm I think that's what
Oof,
would have happened as well, which is
damn,
crazy.
that is
Ice in her
crazy. Well,
veins.
don't worry, we'll probably see it next week because I'll probably lose another challenge.
Well, that could be right, but do we think that there's going to be a merge here? Because now this is the sixth person eliminated from the game. So we're at the final 12.
Oh,
So
is that really when it happens?
typically in these shorter seasons, they do the old, all right, you have to earn your spot in the merge. Basically, they call it the apocalypse or mergatory. Mergatory is what they call it,
Oh,
where they get divided into two groups of six, and they're in a challenge. And the winning group makes the merge and is safe at the vote, and the other six are not safe at the vote, and everybody comes together and votes. So that's what they've done
damn,
in the shorter season.
damn. Yeah, because there's only
12 people left.
and how many weeks is like there's only they're only there for like 30 days, right?
It used to be 39. Now I believe it's only 26.
Oh my God, yeah. So let's get them out. Which I also really because we're Big Brother people, so this is my first Survivor. Wow, it moves quick and it's all game, and you really never know what's like. People will call people out right away. I feel like Big Brother, it's a lot more like line and like long-term gameplay where this is like that's a fake idol. You literally just pulled out a fake idol. Why do you have a fake? I was like, oh, I was like, as a Big Brother girl, I was clutching my pearls. I was like, oh my God, they're so bold for that. I was like, right there, right in front of him. So yeah, so I'm ready for a merger though. I think we need a merger because let me tell
I
you,
think, yeah,
that
Purple needs a
secret
merger
tribe,
too.
yeah, is hanging on by a thread, and I think it'll
Um,
be really interesting to see the dynamic of the beefcake squad that's going to try to include Josh. That is wild.
do you think that's good? Do you think that has legs, or do you think beefcakes are going to go out one, two, three?
I hope so. I hope so. Because again, if you're going to be talking about your ongoing strategy while you exclude one of the people from the other tribe right in front of them, I can't imagine it's much.
Arguably, and they don't know that. Arguably, the best player in the game right now.
Right. Right. So who knows what else they'll say. So I'm here for it. Get them out. Get the beefcakes out. I'm ready for Caroline to win. She's my win. She's my top pick.
Um, well, let's think about this. The only other thing that I could think about is we had a little bit of a nerd mance in the beginning of the episode between Kane and Carson. Those are people that really didn't get too much time on the episode because
Right.
obviously the other tribe took precedence. But Logan, is there anybody else that's grabbing your attention besides this purple tribe and or no?
Um, not. I mean, um, I really like Jamie. She's like the super energetic one. I think she's super fun. And I definitely would want to be your friend. I don't know how long that energy is gonna last because I just feel like it's like a lot. And once like I'm not eating 3 square meals a day and I'm only eating rice and drinking water from a bin, it might, like, I'm loving the
Start to
kumbaya
grate on you.
morning meditation, but oof. But at the moment, I really do enjoy her. Now, again, if I were in Survivor and again had only eaten rice and water for the last 10 days, I might not feel the same way. But I really like her. I really like Caroline. And even though I think Caroline just makes really good TV, which I really enjoy watching. And I also think she's the best seated player on that tribe right now. And I like Jam Jam too. I think Jam Jam is cute. I'm excited to see more of Carson. I think he's cute too. I want to see what he does. So those are my top. What about you?
It's interesting you say that about Carson because Patrick has been harping on how much he does not like Carson on this podcast. He
Oh,
he thinks that he's such a he doesn't like the nerd characters basically this season, and he doesn't like
sure.
that Carson's doing the old 1-2. I work at NASA, but not telling anyone. Um,
Well, here's the thing. That makes sense. The whole Josh being a doc, or what is he? He's
Surgeon.
a surgeon.
He's a
I don't
physical
know.
therapist.
Which I was also like, I know they're very different things, but they're not it's not like you're saying like, oh, I work at NASA, but I'm actually a DoorDash driver. Like, I get that, but also going from I'm a surgeon to I also work in the medical field, but just a little less. I don't that Even the surgeon, I was like, I don't think that's something that you have to lie about. If that were me, I'd be like, I have medical training, so if anyone hurts himself or dislocates their shoulder on day 2, maybe I'm there to help. I feel like I would play it that angle. I don't know why it's like a weird secret, and also it wasn't a good secret because I feel like he definitely told people that he or someone like what was it? Jeff said that he was like a surgeon, like, but then people were like, "Oh, he's a surgeon," and he's like, "No," and he's also a bad liar. So
Yeah, Josh definitely did not play that right. He on his original tribe, people were not believing his story, and on the tribe that he got swapped to, they knew that he was lying. So 0 for 2 on that, but he's still there,
overdue,
which is what counts. He needed an
which
injury,
is
but
yeah,
he's still there,
but yeah, I he needs to either start telling the truth or get better at
or position of himself
lying.
in a place where he doesn't need to lie anymore.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that was weird. The surgeon thing, I was like, I don't think that's something that we got to be lying about. I don't think that's too far off from anything. If someone was like, "Oh, I'm a survivalist for a full-time living and like hunt bears and catch fish," I'd be like, "Okay, yeah, maybe let's come up with something else." But I don't know. That seems like a lot.
Um, but yeah, Logan, it's always great talking to you about Survivor. We'll have to get you
Thank
on.
you.
Maybe you, me, and Pat, we could do something all together in the couple weeks to come.
Yeah, absolutely. I am here. I'm watching the season. Thank you so much for having me. It's been
And
a real dream,
you're gonna subscribe to the channel right after this, right? Lost at
and
Sea.
I'm going to subscribe to the channel right after this. Last at Sea. Everyone listen. I'll be sharing it, making my debut, my podcast debut
Perfect. All right,
soon.
Logan. Well, we'll see you sometime down the line.
Great. Thank you so much, Duke.